Welcome to the Lonestar Collective podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. This is episode number 32. I'm joined by co-host Austin Zamhariri. Our guest this week is Mary J. How's everybody doing?
Well, how are y'all?
Wonderful.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The allergies have kicked my ass so hard that I got bronchitis from it.
Oh, shit.
And I went to the doctor yesterday. I was like, I can't deal with this.
Wow.
So I look cheerful. Yesterday, I did not look this cheerful.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, the allergies have been absolutely insane. Even when we were in El Paso, like, it was crazy. So it's Texas.
Fun. I've never had eye allergies, and I had to go for I have glaucoma, and I had to go for my 6-month testing. And my eyes were so gritty today. I was like, what the fuck? And the doctor's like, oh, no, you have severe eye allergies. I was like, when the fuck did this come around? They're like, oh, no, it's Texas. It's all the little pollens and stuff. So this is the first year I've ever had that. It's crazy. So
it was so bad. It was so bad today that I went out front with my wife to sit down, and we were discussing something, and she handed me her phone, and I happened to look up, and I thought it was like drizzling. And I looked closely, and I realized, no, that is pollen falling off the trees. And then within the time I looked up from the phone and looked back down, there was like this coat on the screen. You could see it. And I was like, oh, hell no.
That's what we're bringing.
I went inside and got one of my COVID masks. I was like, I'm putting this bastard back on now.
Tell us the truth. I washed my car 3 times already.
How hot is it in Austin right now, y'all?
Shit, over here, we're about 98. It's pretty hot over here. I'm on Slaughter, so it's south.
I'm near you then.
We topped 100 degrees today in April.
That's in April. Well, we had that 90-degree weather, was it like a week ago or 2 weeks ago? I said, oh, fuck, I'm not ready for summer. Here it comes.
Well, we never get a fall or a spring. It's always super hot, cold.
Well, I was looking at the weather for the rest of the week. Today's supposed to be like super hot. Tomorrow's supposed to be like high 75, and then it kind of goes down. And the end of the week thunderstorms. I'm like, make up your mind. Make up your mind. We're supposed to have thunderstorms last night. I was preparing all the animals with CBD, getting everybody in the household ready, and then nothing. I was like, oh God. I drugged everybody for no. Well, they all slept.
We got hail last night. We had hail and like crazy thunderstorms that came through, and then like shot up to 100 degrees today. It was like, I hate this place sometimes.
I'm telling you, trying to keep this hair down. It's the humidity is where it's at.
I love the green too. The green is fantastic.
Thank you. I just redid it last night, so thank you.
So, Jay and Mary J, real quick, give us just tell us a little bit about yourself. Little biography, how you kind of got into this space. Give us the lowdown.
Definitely. Hello, everybody. I am Jay with Mary J. We are located in Austin, Texas. We've been here since 2017. I can't believe that. We're celebrating 5 years in October. We're Texas' most inclusive cannabis dispensary. We are the modern cannabis dispensary. And what I mean by that is we are very forward thinking with our displays, our products, how you're treated when you come in, your experience. We are 2 females of color, women-owned, queer couple. I want to say the only in Texas, which is crazy. I've had a lot of talks with people, and they're like, I want to say you're the only like queer of color and women-owned. I'm like, check. So that is us. Come see us. We're located on South Lamar, 2110 South Lamar. And definitely come see us for 420. We're having some special events. I can't wait to share. So yes, that is me.
We're glad to have you. What's funny is I tell people, like, I remember her from before this. And people are like, what do you mean you know her from before this? And I'm like, you used to work at it's still known as the Adult Megaplex. And you were, I believe, you were a manager over there, if I remember correctly.
I was. And I'm very proud of it. Like, people ask, like, where's your background come from when you say you've been in the cannabis space over 10 years? And I'm like, an adult store. And there's like, oh. And I was like, but no, not like that. I did, it's funny how I got the job. My dad and I were coming back from a doctor's appointment, and he's like, you should apply there. And I'm like, yeah, let's go in. And I got an application. They fucking hired me on spot. And so I fell in love with it. And unfortunately, the person running the glass smoke shop area, it was like one little case, he got let go. And they said, hey, do you want to take it over? And I said, well, yeah, what do I do? And they said, we're going to send you to a trade show and just buy some shit and bring it back and then like sell it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went to my first trade show in Denver. It was Champs, and I fell in love. I found my people. I'm like, this is where I was supposed to be. Are you kidding me? I can fucking travel around and buy fucking cool shit and bring it back, and people get to buy it. Like, and I get to tell them about it and show them. So I fell in love. And yes, I was a manager and a buyer for the adult side and the smoke shop side, but the smoke shop side, that one case turned into 13 cases, and that 13 cases turned into buying for all 16 megaplexes. So I did that for quite some time. And then through that time, my father was diagnosed with prostate cancer and cirrhosis of the liver. So I was his caregiver as well. And unfortunately, he passed from cirrhosis and the cancer. And at his ending stage, he's like, you promised you'll share cannabis, or like you'll share weed with people like me. It's like, sure, Dad, I'll share weed with people. He's like, you promise though, like people that can't get it, that don't know anything about it, don't even know how to use it. Look what it did for me. Like, you promise. And I said, sure, I promise. Right. And Francisca, my partner of the shop, partner of 8 years, we just celebrated 8 years, our 8-year anniversary yesterday. She said, I think you should sell the house your dad left you. And I think you should open a shop and do it for yourself and truly like honor his word. And I said, hell no. My dad says, don't you ever sell this house I'm leaving you. It's the American dream. He left my brother a house and me a house, and they worked their lives for those 2 houses. And they said, we want you guys to be set up. So please hold on to it and don't ever sell it. And so, something in me said, I think I can help people. I think I am the one that can take them on their cannabis journey, just like I did my father, and show them a beautiful world. And so that's what I did. We sold the house, everything in it. And it wasn't that easy. I swear my dad was coming back to haunt me. The day we were selling the house, the minute we were signing, a car ran through the house. A fucking car ran through the kitchen.
Oh, snap.
And I thought, yeah, y'all, a car. I have a video. I'm going to do a story about it one day, but it gets me because it literally, financially, it took everything Francisca and I had. We had borrowed from our jobs, our friends, our family to get the house running and up to sell. And so when the car ran through it, it was just very disheartening. But by the grace of somebody, insurance kicked in, a couple came and they said, hey, if you can get this house fixed before the first, when our interest rates go up, we'll buy the house and we offer you 10,000 more. I'm like, are you kidding me? So the insurance company said, we got you. We got you.
Blessing in disguise.
So the house was sold and we traveled for a year. We quit our jobs completely and traveled for a year to meet all these amazing people in the community, in their states, and learn about their products, their passion, and bring it back to our people and bring it back to Mary J. so I can give them the full experience. So,
Did you grow up in Austin?
No. Yeah. Yes and no. So originally I'm from where everybody hates, California. Y'all, but I've been here since 89. So I claim Texas. You know what I mean? I really do. I went through the schooling system in Lockhart. I graduated in Lockhart. When my dad was starting to get real on and off, started to become sick, the traveling from Lockhart to Austin to San Marcos to Health, Liverville, it was just very drained me. So I told him if we can move to Austin and make it hub, and that way we can have an easier, and your main doctors are in Austin. So we moved to Austin and we've been here since the early 2000s. So I've seen it grow from where our house, the one we sold, it was country. And now there's a Whole Foods and a track and all kinds of stuff. So
it's not stop growing.
No, it's not. Like everywhere I turn, we were in the east side earlier and I was like, where the fuck? This was a parking lot. Where is all this building? It is crazy.
You probably remember then that South Park Meadows wasn't a strip mall and Walmart. It was a farm called South Park Meadows.
I remember that shit.
There was, because you said you're on Lamar, the Alamo Draft House on Lamar was the draft house and just a parking lot. And now what used to be a parking lot is a bunch of businesses and apartment complexes.
Crazy. You've seen it. I know, to see it all change. So that was like our therapy for my dad. For him, he needed to go walk. And so we would come up to Austin and we would go to all these cute little boutiques and like Austin stores. And he let me shop. and look at the displays and walk around while he would walk with me, and just, we get high and just walk around and shop basically. And so that's what was our thing. And he said, one day I'm gonna shop like this, and I'm gonna sit here and it's gonna be so fun. I'm like, sure, one day, knowing that my future was taking care of him. So it's crazy though. The shop did come about. He wasn't lying.
It's a beautiful manifestation, almost serendipity, right? Like it's like his spirit is in the shop, it sounds like.
Dude, so when we first opened, I gotta tell you real quick, these two ladies tripped me the fuck out. So these two older women came in the shop and they're just hacking, just gagging, and I'm like, hi ladies, how's it going? They're like, girl, do you hear him out front? And I'm like, who? I'm like, is there some bum at the bus stop? I'm like, what the hell? So I'm looking out front, I don't see anything. I open the door, I don't hear anything. I'm like, they crazy. So I'm seeing them looking at it. I'm like, how's it going? I was like, who are you talking about? Do I need to go ask somebody to leave? They're like, oh, no. There's an older gentleman on the top of your building screaming, look at my daughter. She's here. Look, come see her. She's got weed. I was like, well, okay. And they're like, so yeah, we're mediums and we hear and see things. And there's an older gentleman on your roof, just proud as can be, yelling to the world, come see my daughter. And I did not tell them anything. I was like, wow, thank you for that. And then when I went to the back, I was just like, what the fuck? I know he's here. He's been on every bit of the journey all the way. I'm telling you, if he was still here, he would be sitting in the front in a rolly chair, fucking smoking his bong, being like, you want to smoke? And I'll tell him, you can't do that here. Like
You're giving me so much hope, Jay, because I'm a father of 3 daughters. And I feel like I'm your dad.
Yes, no, trust me and my dad, best friends, dude. Best friends. Like he was an alcoholic, and I told him, you promise you won't lie to me? And he's like, I'll always be an alcoholic. I promise that I'm gonna try the hardest and not to fall back, but I probably will, because I think this is who I always will be. I was like, thank you for being real 100 with me. This is like the first person in my life that's ever been like real 100. And you know what? He did slip, and we had those moments, and I was there for him, but he was very honest with me, and we could just talk about anything. And so when it came to cannabis, I was always in trouble with him. I always got in trouble when I was younger. And so when I saw that it was helping me with pain, and I knew what it was doing for me, and I knew what it could do for him, when he was at the point where he was so fucking frail, he was falling all the time, and we were having to take him to the hospital, I felt like every other week. And he wasn't eating. And I was like, Dad, please let us show you something, me and my brother. And he's like, fine, I'm dying. Anyways, show me. Right. And so we rolled a first joint, and I remember showing him, this is what you do. And we smoke it. And he smoked a few hits, and he's like, I don't feel good. I was like, fuck, I fucked him up. Right. Because he's on like 15 medications. And so I said, Dad, let me lay you down. I'll come back and check on you. 20 minutes later, I come back and check on him. I'm like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, can we get some Sonic slushes and some chili cheese dogs? And I'm like, oh, you can have whatever you want. So I went and got food, came back, and I said, did you want to smoke again? I was like, that's what we do. We smoke before and after we eat, if you want to. And he's like, yeah. I said, this time we're going to use a bong. So I showed him, we loaded it, he hit it. He's like, oh, I like this one. I said, definitely. Y'all, he ate all that shit. We watched Waterboy from start to finish, which was not a thing. He would always have to lay down. He wasn't feeling well. So to be able to do that, we created a monster with him. Y'all, he gained weight. We went to the doctors, and I remember one day it was like 6 doctors in a row, and they were like, Jay, what are you doing with him? Because he's like gained weight and he looks really good. And I'm like, fuck, right? And then we leave, and I tell Dad, they're asking why you're gaining weight. Well, tell them, honey, it's the weed. And I'm like, Dad, you can't, will they take you from me? Like I was 20, right? I was like, will they take you from me? I don't know. Like, what do I say? He's like, just tell them the truth. Maybe it'll help other people like me. Promise, like tell them. So I fucking told each doctor that day. I introduced cannabis to him, and they said, Jay, quality of life, look at him. I cannot tell you yes or no. I can't say good or bad. I said, quality of life. We'll sign his drug test so he can still get his medicine. Just quality of life. Look what you're doing with him. Quality of life. That's all we're going to tell you. Every doctor that day told me quality of life. And so for that, like, and then my dad giving me permission. He's like, I'm sorry, you always got in trouble. Like, please go and help the world. It was like telling me it's okay to be a fucking stoner. It's okay to be who I am. I'm a productive stoner. I smoke all the time. I smoke all the goddamn time, every 30 minutes, every hour, y'all. I have nerve damage, and I own a business, and life is stressful. And so I can do that, and I can still function. And that was, he gave me the okay to do that. So I give you hope, definitely for your girls.
Beautiful story. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry over here.
We're gonna go into our first sponsor break here at the Lonestar Collective. I'm your host, Jesse Williams, joined by co-host Austin Zamwari. Our guest this week is Mary J. This is episode 32. We will be right back after these messages.
Austinite Cannabis Company is an Austin, Texas, locally owned and family-operated producer and seller of handcrafted cannabis products such as CBD, CBG, CBN, and Delta-8 made from hemp in Austin, Texas. Their selection of products includes beauty products, concentrates, edibles, merch, pet supplies, pre-rolls, tinctures, topicals, and accessories. For more information, visit austinitecannabis.co, or you can visit their storefront location at 2009 East Cesar Chavez Street in Austin, Texas.
Oak Cliff Cultivators is a sponsor of Texas Cannabis Collective and Lonestar Collective podcast. Oak Cliff focuses on quality assurance with their hemp products while providing customer service to help you discover cannabinoids to meet your needs. Their product line includes hemp flower, pre-rolls, CBG tinctures, edibles, Delta-8, and merch. For more information on their products' quality or to shop online today, visit oakcliffcultivators.com or contact them at info@oakcliffcultivators.com.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective podcast, distributed on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Facebook, and much more, to give Texans information regarding policy, industry, and culture. Here is this week's host, Jesse Williams and Austin Zamhariri.
Welcome to the Lone Star Collective podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams, joined by co-host Austin Zamwari, who's doing his police dance over there. This is episode 32, here with guest Mary J. She's telling us this great story about her dad, and condolences to her loss of their father. And me and Austin can both understand that's a very tough thing to get through. But you know that you said he's there, you've got his blessing, he's asked you to do something, you're fulfilling that, you're making it happen, you're helping people, and that's really what matters. So there's something, when we go through our next break, I'll bring it back. I wonder if you remember this product you used to sell over when you were with the Adult Megaplex, because the main reason I pretty much went over there was they had pipes and they had grinders and whatever else accessories, and well,
It's true. It opens 24/7.
They say 24/7, and the prices were better than Planet K. But I have a grinder that I bought at your recommendation. That you said you went to like a trade show that they showed you this grinder, and you're like, this is the best grinder I've seen. And you got to try it out. It was called InstaGrind.
Yes.
And I think I paid maybe like $18 for it. And I still have the thing, and it works fantastic. I can't find anybody else who sells them anymore to like even recommend it.
I haven't seen them in forever. It's crazy to say that. But you know what? There's great quality at every price point, and I know that for sure. Let me loose. I'll find it.
I wish we could find that grinder, that company again, because that's $18. I've bought like $50 grinders that are just absolute garbage.
I've been there. Trust me. That's all I do is R&D. I get onesies from all over the place, and I'm always testing shit out. I feel every week I'm testing out a new grinder, pipe, vape, like you name it. I know it's hard to find good ones.
Real quick, Jesse, Can you turn the volume down a little on the? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Real quick, Jay, I wanted to ask you, and maybe as we transition here into more of the business side of running a cannabis shop in a place like Texas, which is still it is still a little bit behind a lot of other states when it comes to cannabis. I like to call it liberation.
Yeah.
What maybe when you first got involved, what were some of the challenges that you experienced when you started this endeavor, this dream to open up a cannabis shop in Austin, Texas?
I'm going to tell you the number one challenge we had, and I did not think this was going to be it, was finding an actual building. I thought it was going to be like credit card processors and like furnishing people and like all this. No, it was finding a building. We had gone to the east side. We had gone to several places we were looking at that are actually like smoke shops now, which is crazy to see. But a lot of people at that time were like, and it's funny you say Planet K, Jesse, because they said, we don't want a Planet K. Sorry. And that shit tripped me out because y'all, when we came with this, like I said, we got one chance to do this right. What's in our head, we really have one chance to come out with it. We can upgrade it always, but we really got to come out with it right. And so for that design, we hired a design team, we hired a fabricator, we hired a whole team that was behind us. And so we had a whole visual portfolio of what we were going to look like. Like it was gorgeous, like everything. And every single place landlord that we went to were like, no, we don't want a Planet K. You're actually going to bring down the value of our property. We don't want that riffraff around here. We don't want that clientele around us because they're probably going to have a lot of loitering and people breaking into things. I'm like, wow, that's what you think of us. That's what you think of me. Because you're basically saying that's wow. Like it was
so
6 to 8 months.
You were having to come in and like immediately try to break a stigma from an industrial.
Fuck yes. Yeah. Because the first thing, because like we came up with the name Mary J, right? But then we needed something behind it because people I knew were not going to know what it is unless they kind of knew. And so we came up with smoke culture. And by throwing that in there, we threw ourselves in the realm of a smoke shop. And the first thing people think of was the Planet K. So we had that right away. Hell, before they even saw us, before they saw our business plan, before they saw our digital, like anything, it was already like a no when we came to meet. So it was just like, some people gave us the favor and said no on the phone, but other people, we did meet with them and they were just like, no. It's going to be a Planet K. We don't want that. I'm like, but it's not a Planet K. I promise you that. It's something totally different. They're like, sure. We've seen different. That's Oat Willie's. I'm like, no, it's something different. It's different. So I think the biggest challenge was a space, to find a space. And how we got our space was by accident, honestly. Our designers knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. And they're like, hey, yeah, his space is open. And I don't know if he's cool with cannabis. And we met with him. He's like, I fucking love weed. I love what y'all are doing. I love that you're women. I love that you're of color. He's like, and queer. My girls are like of the same. He's like, I want to show them that anything's possible. Fuck yeah. What do y'all need? Like, what's going on? And so thank goodness for Charlie. He's the one that got us into where we're at. So yeah.
I wonder how much, because like when I go around Planet K's in Austin, it's not like I see a bunch of people loitering as they would suspect.
I feel safe going into them. So I'm like, when they said that, I was just like, wow. Is it the clientele that you're going to bring around here is not what we want. I'm like, you don't want women and like cool people? Like, okay, I guess. Whatever.
I think they were afraid that people are going to go in, buy like a pre-roll, something or another, and that they were going to immediately walk like behind the building and start consuming. But I don't even see that at Planet K. I don't see people going out to their cars trying to light up.
Never. I've never seen that. I'd go almost every other day getting wraps and papers and things. It's crazy. And you know what? That stigma did follow us into the place that we're at now. I had like the first week we were open, everybody in the building like that worked there would come and they wouldn't tell us that they worked in the building, but they would come shop and like make their round in a little circle or whatever. And a few of them from the restaurant and Bird's Barbershop came in and they were like, hey, so we're from the building and we want to be honest with you. We're like, what's up? And they're like, okay, so nobody wanted you here. Charlie told us that y'all were coming in. It was two females that owned a smoke shop. and we were all against it and we fought it. We had a meeting. We were trying to like kick you like out. We didn't want y'all here. And we're sorry because you guys are awesome. And this place is not what we thought. And y'all are bringing people to our places. So we're sorry. I was like, what? Y'all even thought that? They're like, yes. We literally thought he was bringing in a Planet K.
You know, and that's real, like, that's what's amazing. And when we talk about breaking the stigma,
yes,
we're not just talking about, you know, in our everyday lives, we're really talking about, you know, from an industry standpoint too, because, and you bring up a great point in going into an endeavor and being surrounded by other businesses. You got to change those minds too. And I love that you were able to go in there and not just change minds, but like thrive and make believers out of business, you know, individuals, which is just, it's the dream.
It really is, y'all. Like when we first opened that first year, we had like the owner of Joe's coffee shop coming in, like, how do I get in the space? What do I do? Can we collab? I had someone from Whole Foods, like a high up person come in. Can we sit down and take some of your time and see like how to do this? I'm like, I'm just a bitch trying to figure it out too. Like, I don't do consultations. I'm just starting. Like, oh, good luck. Go what's within your heart and what you're passionate about. That's honestly every step of the way has been what's in here and how I feel. I don't fit the norm. I don't stay in a box. I've marched to the beat of my own drum. Very different. And if you vibe with it, you vibe with it. And so that's, I think, what's really kept us here and going.
Something I noticed today that goes along with that, and I went through my mind today. Maybe it's a sign, was that it tends to be the people in this space that we all wanted to be part of something and we couldn't find what to be a part of. So we decided, hey, we're going to blaze our own path.
Fuck yeah. Blaze our own trail. It's so true. I knew if we opened, it was like the way we were opening with the design of it and how we were coming with it. It's always what I had imagined walking into when I walk into a shop. I was really hoping one day I could find something. And when we traveled, we were looking for that. Smoke shop and dispensary, could never find it in one place. So to be able to present it to the world and have people come in, and still to this day, girls will come in. Oh my God. Is that gold? Is this pink? Oh my, is that a fucking flower? What the hell? Where am I? Is this smokable? I'm like, yes, bitch, come in. You found home. Like, yeah, like it excites me every day because we did blaze our own trail. I'm not the norm. I'm a woman of color. I'm a big bitch. Like, I'm tattooed. I'm very, very different, but I am safe and I'm a home base for anybody that wants to learn cannabis. And so to be able to have people that vibe with me and like really love it and dig it the way I do, my heart is full.
Would you say you're living a dream right now?
Fuck yeah. Did I ever think that I would be doing this? Hell no. Are you kidding me? I thought I'd always be working for someone and be happy and just doing that because I just love helping people. But the fact that I get to call the shots, come up with ideas and dream, and then like do it, and then people get to enjoy it. I get to share it with them. It's like I'm with my dad. I tell people when you walk through my doors, you truly are my family. Bitch, you're my best friend. Do you know what I'm saying? You really are. Like when they come to the shop, I'm like, tell me your lifestyle. Let's do this. I got you.
And not just that, but like in our experience, every time that we've come in, obviously you've got a lot going on. So you're not at the front counter 24/7, right? So we've come in and we've experienced, you know, your brother, your partner, different people. But every time we come in and it's just love,
Thank you.
Lights everywhere, the coolest products, the coolest glass, the coolest smokables, you know, bomb incense, like you like top really in our travels across the state, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, there's not another shop like it. I'll be honest with you.
Damn it. You hit my heart. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Like truly, like I said, everything we do is in our hearts. Like every move that we make, like every update that we do, like it's just in our hearts. And it's like, I only want the best for you guys, like for my community. That is it. Like, I am here for you. Let me go through all the R&D. Let me get sick. Let me go through the bullshit to present you the best. because I want you to have a good life and a good time. I want to take care of you like I did my dad. I am an empath, and my life's purpose is to take care of people. And so I am a nurturer. I want you to come in and learn. I'm going to nurture you, and you're going to go and you're going to grow and you're going to teach all your loved ones. And that's what I do.
So organic. I love it. You belong in the cannabis community. It's amazing.
Y'all, I've lived it my whole life. I turned 44 on 4/22.
What?
Yes, my birthday is on 4/22 on Earth Day. And I've been in this lifestyle before I should have, right? And so I've been doing this cannabis thing a long time, and I've gone through it all, and I've been through all the errors, and I respect it all, and I love it all, and I just want to share it. Like, that is literally it.
Well, we're going to go into our next sponsor break here at the Lonestar Collective. I'm your host, Jesse Williams, joined by co-host Austin Zamorari. Our guest this week is Mary J. We will be right back after these messages.
Austinite Cannabis Company is an Austin, Texas, locally owned and family-operated producer and seller of handcrafted cannabis products such as CBD, CBG, CBN, and Delta-8 made from hemp in Austin, Texas. Their selection of products includes beauty products, concentrates, edibles, merch, pet supplies, pre-rolls, tinctures, topicals, and accessories. For more information, visit austinitecannabis.co, or you can visit their storefront location at 2009 East Cesar Chavez Street in Austin, Texas.
Oak Cliff Cultivators is a sponsor of Texas Cannabis Collective and Lonestar Collective podcast. Oak Cliff focuses on quality assurance with their hemp products while providing customer service to help you discover cannabinoids to meet your needs. Their product line includes hemp flower pre-rolls, CBG tinctures, edibles, Delta-8, and merch. For more information on their products' quality or to shop online today, visit oakcliffcultivators.com or contact them at info@oakcliffcultivators.com.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective podcast, distributed on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Facebook, and much more, to give Texans information regarding policy, industry, and culture. Here is this week's host, Jesse Williams and Austin Zamorari.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams, joined by co-host Austin Zamorari. I don't know if that was a Silence of the Lambs dance you were doing over there, or...
Would you fuck me?
I was waiting for you to put some chapstick on. I wasn't sure what you're going to do.
I love Phil Collins. And so anytime I hear Phil Collins, I want to dance, you know? Yeah.
Hey, well, there was no jacket required and you fulfilled that, so.
Oh, man, this has been such an exhilarating conversation, Jay. So I really appreciate you taking the time to jump on with us and chat. I guess I want to transition into kind of, I guess, some recent stuff. Yeah. Tell us about your experience with South by Southwest that just rolled through. We haven't had a South by Southwest in 2 years. And so we anticipated a big bang. What was your experience like?
A big bang. It was fabulous. Like, y'all, this probably the best South by I think I've been to, honestly, and a part of. We were lucky enough to be introduced to a celebrity chef, Nikki Stewart. And she said, hey, bitch, I want you. I'm coming back to Austin. We're doing an infused dinner and I'm coming for South by. And this is the backstory. And I think it's really fucked up. And that's why I'm going to share it. She's a woman of color in the cannabis community. She's a celebrity chef doing the fucking thing. She was invited on the panel and they removed all the colored people from the panel. And so she said, you know what? I'm still coming, bitch. And I'm going to show the fuck out. We're still going to do an infused dinner. I'm going to tell all my people. And you guys, we had less than probably 3 weeks to get the tickets sold and all that. But it wasn't just selling the tickets. I'm telling people we're doing a full-on THC infused dinner with a celebrity chef. They're like, you mean Delta 8? And I'm like, like marijuana. Like, you mean Delta 8 and Delta 9? I was like, like if you were to go to California and do an infused dinner, yeah. I was like, that's exactly what you're going to experience. And so it was really by my word and just telling people about it. And then I did a live with her so people could see who she was and just fill her out and hear about what her experiences are like. And we sold out that motherfucker. It was like 200 plus tickets, sold it out. And it was the most amazing experience for my community to see people come. They were so anxietied out. Like everybody stood in line to get in and nobody knew what to expect. And everybody got their seats. And then she came out, introduced herself and was like, this is how the night's going to go. This is what journey you're going to go on. Anytime you feel like you're too high, let me know. We have some pill that you can take and it'll bring you back down, which it does fucking work. I've seen it work. And man, just by that first course, so all the course, it was a 6-course bougie ass infused dinner. Each course was THC infused, different milligrams. And then your mocktail that matched the course was CBD infused. So and it was all nano infused. So within 10, 15 minutes, you felt the effects. And she just took you on this ride where like that first meal of the 15 minutes, everybody's just kind of like, okay. And then the meal came out and everybody's like, oh, this is delicious. And like at 10 minutes, you can just see whoosh, everybody sit back and enjoying, like the mood just was. And at the end of the dinner, people were coming up to me and like, I can't believe I experienced this here in Texas. I was like, I know.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Like, I went to one last October. She came and it was kind of really fast and told her, if you ever come back, hit me up. Like, please, I need to share this with my community. And so they hit me up and they said, hey, she wants you a part of it. Let's do this. And so we've made a lifelong friend. I love her. And she's like, I will be back, bitch. I'm coming back. We're going to do it again. So
yeah. Next year, I saw a few like clips through social media. I was extremely jealous and was like, I wish I was there.
Yes, y'all. There was a smoking patio. So I told people like anytime if you see me get up, go. I fucking stuffed probably like 3 dozen plus fucking little mini joints for everybody to smoke on. I told them, don't bring anything. Find me. I got you. Like, come find me. Like I had I had like 20 blunts, 30 joints and just passing them out to people on the smoke patio. And I felt like after every meal, I'd go to the patio and people were like, you're going again? I'm like, come on, let's go. If you want to go, let's go. It was fucking awesome.
Don't hang out with cool kids unless you're ready to be cool, right?
I'm telling you, a few of them had to tap out. That's okay.
Yeah, so next year.
Yes, you're there.
Call us.
Yes, I got you. That was my South by though. It was fabulous. Fabulous.
I'm just astounded by the fact that like last moment they went, let's remove the people of color from this panel.
You're telling me.
And I'm wondering like, there's got to be some sort of repercussion they're going to face for that. That just, it seems pretty obvious.
That, but they did remove everyone except for all the people that were Caucasian. So I felt for her. She was really excited about that panel and it just.
This was a cannabis panel to be clear, correct?
It sure was. Yeah.
Which panel was this? I think everybody deserves to know the panel because then we can find out who was operating it.
Exactly. I need to confirm that. I'm not sure which panel it was, but it was a cannabis panel. So
it just sounds so regressive for A, Austin, B, South by Southwest, right? Because we tend to think of Austin as probably the most inclusive major metropolitan area in the state of Texas, and to just hear something like that go down is lets you know A, how far we are behind in Texas, and also how far we are behind from a cannabis standpoint, right? Like when we talk about we're legalizing faster than we are dealing with the repercussions of 100 years of marijuana prohibition, that's kind of the situation we're in, right? We're seeing a lot of white male Anglo men who are championing major profit-driven, publicly traded companies who are dominating the space and making millions and millions and billions of dollars in some cases, while we still have 40,000 plus people sitting behind bars for doing the same exact thing.
The same fucking thing. The same thing. My brother was one of them, y'all, that works at the shop. I feel like he doesn't mind that I tell the story, but like I feel so bad for him. Like he put himself through ITT Tech. Like he's techie fucking smart as hell. Like wanted to do the gaming thing, went through school, put himself through it, everything, like did it all, got his dream job. Everybody there fucking smoked. Then they hit him with, hey, we got to drug test you for the job. Well, he knew he was going to fail it. So they lost his job. It was on his record. And now he started from the ground up at his other place. And I said, fuck that. Come work for me. Come on. It's going to be yours anyways when I pass away. So come on. So, yeah.
Not for like 100 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah. But it feels good to have him there. We have my brother. We have Francisca's brother. So it truly is a family business. But yeah, I think it's really disgusting that our people, and my brother did jail time too. So that's another thing, he, in Lockhart, they pulled him over. He was actually, and I know this is true, I know he's telling the truth. He was going to look for weed and he got pulled over, and they pulled him over and they found a roach in his car. And he's like, bitch, if I knew that roach was there, I would have smoked it. I was looking for weed. He's like, they planted it on me. So we got a lawyer, and the lawyer asked for the camera and everything. Happens to be the cop's camera and the car camera happened to be turned off.
Of course.
And the cop camera is supposed to be required to be on during the whole time during the stop. But this was off.
You got it. And then on top of that, they said, oh, not only did we find a roach, we found a bag with seeds and stems and things. So they charged him for the weight of that too.
For the weight of seeds and stems.
Yes. Yeah. And
they're only supposed to charge you for an actual usable amount, and they're charging him seeds and stems.
Now, y'all know this is probably about 15 years ago. Like we're a little bit older. So yeah, and Lockhart.
Right.
Yeah.
And in Lockhart.
Yeah.
What county is Lockhart in?
Caldwell.
Oh God, yes. Of course.
You're telling me.
It sounds very similar. I was arrested in 2010 for possession under 2 ounces, and all they found, I'm not bullshitting you, 0.8 ounces. 0.8. Not even, they didn't even, or I'm sorry, 0.8 grams. They didn't even find 1 gram of seeds and stems. That was the evidence they produced. And that's what they arrested me for. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason they really arrested me was because I have brown skin. And they were just looking for a reason. Marijuana, very, very easy to arrest somebody for marijuana in Texas. I smell it, you see it, any kind of residue trace, done. I can get you arrested easily. And so that sounds very familiar. And my brother
the same. My brother is of color as well. And I definitely think, and that's the thing, he was with a friend that was white, they let him go. My brother did everything. And even the friend was like, no, it's like, no. And he said, no, you're going.
This is a town where we recently had another guest on, Mono Amiga. And we talked about during part of that episode where a San Marcos police officer ran a stop sign, hit another car, killed the person in the car. They had an open container of alcohol in the car, which was found. The guy on camera told Lockhart, I'm responsible for this. Had I been paying attention and not run the stop sign, I wouldn't have killed that lady. The guy admitted it. And then what happens to him? They go, well, we're going to go to grand jury and there's no indictment. There's not enough evidence here that he did anything wrong. That's Lockhart for you.
So let me tell you about Rob's. So later on, we move out of Lockhart. We're here in Austin. We see in the fucking paper that same fucking cop goes to fucking jail for how he was doing like ride-alongs with young girls. And the 2 young girls said that he touched them. This motherfucker went to jail. It's like, this motherfucker. No one in Lockhart liked him. You were out past dark. It was like a shark in the town. He would come and wait. He would wait to see anybody after dark.
And you have to be above 18 to do a damn ride along.
Yes. And they were not 18. No.
I mean, it's not unsimilar to the situation we've seen in Wichita Falls, where we had a disgraced officer who was arresting people and then seizing evidence and smoking it on camera in the unit. So, like, in Texas loves to be very, very pro police, and we're not anti-police, but we want to look at smart approaches to policing, and marijuana, just in any format, it's so antiquated. This isn't 1982 anymore. This is we're in 2022, and marijuana is legal in almost half the country. Just from a recreational standpoint, from a medical standpoint, it's available in another 75% of the country. So it's just it's unfortunate. Real quick, I want to just make sure that what we talked about, San Mano Amiga, that was in San Marcos, right? Not Lockhart.
Oh, no. It happened out in Lockhart with a San Marcos off-duty police officer in his personal vehicle.
Oh, okay. Wow. So he was in Caldwell County.
Yes.
Off-duty. Oh, wow. That is.
See?
That's crazy. And I know this is I just, because I tend to get when I tend to smoke cannabis, I tend to venture off on tangents. But since you are being from Lockhart, do you like barbecue?
I do love barbecue. The only thing is I can't eat anymore, y'all. I got fucking liver issues. So when my dad passed, he had cirrhosis of the liver. And I tell you, being empathic, I feel like I sucked the energy out of him and took that motherfucker, because I was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver after he passed, and I do not drink. And they said, you have the most alcoholic liver we've ever seen. I'm like, okay, I don't drink. They're like, oh, well, it has to be hereditary. I said, both my parents, I'm adopted, and both my birth parents, I asked them, do you drink? They're like, no, we just smoke weed. I was like, oh, okay. So with my liver being all cirrhosis out, I can't really eat like red meats anymore, things like that. So the barbecue chicken, yes, I eat, but the red meats I can't enjoy anymore. I love to look at it.
You go to Kreitz?
Yes.
That's the spot in Lockhart.
Yep. And Smitty's, and even Chisholm Trail.
Smitty's. Yeah.
I love Smitty's. I love the sister, and then Chisholm Trail too. They got those sides.
It seems like there's more and more being built. Like everybody in Texas knows Lockhart for barbecue, so all you got to do if you want a barbecue joint, move to Lockhart, build out, and then you can expand across the state. There you go.
That's it.
So given that you know about Kreitz, I want to know if this is accurate the way I describe Kreitz. Kreitz is like marching through, I guess, like a boot camp, concentration camp. There's no utensils. There's none of that. They give you a piece of paper. You tell them what you want. You're like, meat, this meat. And they go, okay. They put the meat on the paper. You pick the paper up. You walk down the line. And they're like, what do you want to drink? And they just shove a drink in front of you. And they shove a container of beans and mac and cheese. And you're like, where's the utensils? Like, you eat it with your hands. Get to a table.
You get some bread, some cheese, maybe a pickle, and then you better grab some bread. And that's enough. You use it like that. You scoop it. Yeah. And it's butcher paper. Tear their shit. That's your plate. That's it.
I think it was recently they finally added spoons in.
Did they? I was wondering because some of the stuff was like, you need some utensils for some of it. But yeah, that's straight up caveman style. It's just butcher paper, meat. Bam, bam, eat.
I just remember going there when I was young, and it was like, oh, you eat the food, sit and eat it with your hands. And I was like,
hot. Like, oh, well, at the Smitty's location, before they split, the brother and sister had drama and they split. The old location, the Smitty's one, when you walk in and you order your meat there and it's all fucking hot with the goddamn thing right there. I love that. Oh, I'm getting me all excited. I'm like, ooh, we're going to eat. We're going to eat. Yeah, so good.
Well, now I live at the end of Mopac in Austin. So the closest place for me is Salt Lick. I'm like a 10-minute drive from Salt Lick.
Yes. Yeah, you're close then. Same thing. Mm-hmm.
So on a positive note, I said I was going to bring it in. You remember those?
Yes, I do. Damn, I can't believe you still have it. That's awesome.
I think I've had this thing for about 7, going on 8 years now.
Yes. I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Quality product.
Coming full circle.
Seriously.
So, so y'all know whatever she recommends, it's going to last you. It's a good product.
You know what? Because I fucking tried it. Trust me. When I get shit, I try to break it. I try to break it. And then I try to go through the warranty because I want to see what that's like also. So I firsthand experience can tell you what you're going to have to go through. Or what you have to do. Like, let me do all that. That's what I'm here for.
You troubleshoot everything, so that way there's no troubleshooting when the consumer purchases.
Yeah, or if they do, I tell them Instagram me. I'll do a video with you. Call me, text me. I'll show you how to use it.
I've been through 2 moves with this thing, 2 moves, and I've made sure it stuck with me. That's how good this thing is.
That's good. Hell yeah. You make me want to go look them up again.
So, as we wrap up, plug your website where people can find you.
Yes. So y'all know we're in this cannabis space. So we got 2 websites. So our main one for all your CBD and lifestyle, it's maryj.com. And then for all your THC needs, it's going to be maryjcannabis.com. So come find us. Come see us.
What is your physical store location?
Yes, physical store, South Lamar. It's 2110 South Lamar, Suite E as in Edward. We are right smack next to Queen Spa, Bird's Barbershop, and right across the street from, you already know, a barbecue spot, Laurel. So can't get away from that barbecue.
How far, you mentioned where you're at, or how far away from Zilker are you, your shop?
Oh, what is it, like 10 minutes, not even? Like, well, that's probably maybe like 5 minutes, depending on traffic. Honestly,
so you could get so somebody could easily get your product and go chill out at the park.
Yeah, dude, come to the store, hop on a scooter, ride down to the little park, and enjoy. Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, now everybody knows where to go before they head up ACL Fest this year.
Come see me. I got you. Come see me. Hell yeah.
All righty. We appreciate having you here. It's wonderful, wonderful conversation. It's, as Austin said, full circle.
Yes.
I mean, Jay, we talk to everybody really across the space. So we talk to legislators, candidates running for office. We talk to people in the industry. We've talked to rock stars. It's always so much fun when we get to talk to somebody who's so real, so down to earth. Like, not only could you buy from Mary J, you want to hang out with Mary J,
Yes, and I want you to. That's the thing. I'm your best friend, bitch. I'm telling you.
Right. So we love you. Thank you so much for being here.
So much love for you guys. You know that. Thank you, family.
So that is going to wrap it up for the Lonestar Collective Podcast, episode 32. I'm your host, Jesse Williams, joined by co-host Austin Zamhariri. Our guest this week was Mary J, and she plugged her websites and her store location. You can find her there, order online, hit her up before ACL Fest if you're physically there, so you get your stuff and quickly walk all over to the park. We appreciate you joining us. Have a great week.
Y'all too.
Much love.
Much love.
Adios.
Bye.